Welcome down the Weeble Hole. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to be talking about a movie today.
Yeah.
A film of some sorts.
Because we've never done that before.
I don't think we have. No.
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't do Your Name or a Silent Voice.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We
right.
talk about a silent voice in our top 10 anime of 2018. Be sure to watch that video.
Yeah.
But today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite anime films of all time. Probably my favorite.
Okay.
Perfect Blue.
Cool.
By Soshi Kon. I think that's his name.
Yeah. I just recently watched it. Jake forced me to watch it.
I literally forced him.
Yeah. I was at his house. We weren't doing anything, and he just put it on, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to get through this. It was on my plan to watch list, so now it's not anymore. So at least that. But it was quite good. I'll give it that. It's not a bad film at all. It's just a little bit abstract.
Yeah.
For me, like I prefer straightforward storylines,
I know.
and this movie
hurts the head sometimes.
Yeah, it really does. It just sends you for a loop.
It's by the same person who did Paranoia Agent, which we also did a video on.
Yeah, which
so,
is just as confusing.
It has the same tone and
yeah,
some of the same themes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Isolation and fears of the future and
yeah,
technology and where does that lead.
Yeah,
and that's one of my favorite themes is to look at technology from the past and see how it's grown.
Yeah,
because those anxieties come from the 90s.
Yeah,
so it's very interesting to see how they felt at that time.
Yeah, but I mean the things that are happening in the film are things that are still susceptible to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Today.
Which is scary.
It's just that people are a lot more aware.
Yeah,
thus they can sort of fight it.
But it's also awesome to see Satoshi was thinking about this
yeah.
back then.
Yeah, for sure. What year?
99 or 98.
Yeah, I mean, Japan's always been a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes in terms of technology. They had cell phones before us as well, so it's I think they were using PCs and the internet a little bit more actively than the West in the late 90s. So, I mean, it's something that he would have definitely come across. But the fact that he put it on film reel is pretty impressive. I would definitely say so. Yeah, the film definitely explores some interesting themes. Yeah. It's paranoia. Is definitely in there as well. So it comes from Paranoia Agent probably stems from there. This came out first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's definitely a little bit of a rooting there.
Fame,
obsession is definitely an explored topic.
Individuality or just identity. Sorry,
identity. Yeah,
identity
for sure.
is played a lot in this movie. It's very interesting.
Steve Bloom.
Yeah. Steve Bloom's in the film. We watched it dubbed.
Yeah, we did. It's very good dubbed. It's got that very classic feel, all the old VAs.
It's an old 90s anime film, so it's not only a few voice actors were doing anime back at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So they don't have the greatest sound quality.
Yeah.
But I still think it's well done.
Yeah, and
I feel like Mima is really good.
Yeah, oh yeah, great character. I really like her.
Me Mania's voice is hilarious.
Yeah, actually is.
Which it kind of suits him.
Yeah. I like that they touch upon idol themes as well.
Yeah.
Before idols were big, right?
Yeah.
As far as anime is concerned, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Because in pop culture, they've been big for a long time. But yeah, that's it's probably one of the first big instances of pop idols present in works of anime.
Yeah.
At all.
Probably, you're right.
Yeah. Probably one of the earliest. Tackles a little bit of the film industry and how it works as well.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to see.
One of my favorite scenes is the rape scene because it's you don't know if it's real or not at some point.
Yeah.
You lose that disconnect and then you feel awful because you see her after and it's she's been raped.
Yeah. No, exactly. Whether it was real or not, it seemed very real.
Yeah, exactly.
But like you said, there is that big disconnect there. But for me, it's the exploitative nature of the film industry in general.
Yeah, just actresses, young actresses.
Yeah, and how it takes advantage of young actresses and actors, just people in power just doing what they want, kind of thing.
Exactly.
that guy got what was coming to him. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, there is a big glorification of like violence as well in this film.
Oh,
like, screwdriver scene, like
yeah,
very intense.
It's pretty wild.
There's not a lot, but like this film is a thriller, and it's a very good thriller.
Yeah, it is. But like we mentioned, it's very confusing at times.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure who actually killed who. Like,
okay, yeah.
It's just
who killed me?
Or if anybody even died. Like we realistically we don't know because it's almost like a dream sequence at some point.
Yeah.
It's Mima just constantly waking up in her room over and over and over again.
You should watch Paprika next. It's by Satoshi Kon, and it's all about dreams.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's going to be even more confusing.
Yes, it is.
That's really what it is for me. I don't really know how to analyze this film because there's just so much about it, and there's so much that's sort of left up to the viewer that, for me, that's sort of harder to decipher and to deal with and to analyze, to review, I guess, because really it comes down to how you felt about it and what you took away from it.
Yeah.
Like, I can give you my thoughts, but
yeah, let's hear them.
I mean, that's pretty much it. It was just
that's why I like this film.
Yeah.
It's because you don't get answers. You're like, okay, what's the truth?
Yeah.
What's the timeline?
I feel like I should start with the ending realistically because the author sort of leaves you with this seemingly definitive ending.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, well, this is what actually occurred. This was not a dream, and the insane one was her manager the whole time.
Yeah, which is awesome. But that leaves other questions.
Yeah, but I'm inclined not to believe that.
Okay.
I'm almost like, maybe her manager went insane trying to keep her out of jail.
Maybe.
Like, there's just so much that I was thinking when I actually got to that ending that I was just like, I don't know if I believe half of what I just saw.
That's a good thing.
That's what I took away from it, was like, I myself was paranoid. I didn't trust anybody anymore. I didn't trust anything in that film. And that's pretty much it. But what about you?
I like to think that the ending is concrete.
Is legit? Okay.
Like, I want it to be.
Yeah.
Because, like, Mima is just like, I know who I am now.
Yeah.
Like, she gets, like, some closure.
Okay.
But I understand how you feel as well.
It's her arc.
Yeah, it's her arc. And, like, it's all fucked up during the middle.
Yeah.
But she comes to, like, a conclusion.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
And, like, comes to terms with it. But I could also see it your way. That's more fun, personally.
Yeah.
Thinking your way. Keeping it out in the open.
So one of the big plot points was that Mima was sort of having these delusions and sort of being like grabbed back to the idol scene.
Yeah.
Now that's another thing. Like,
well, idol scene / past. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
I want to return back to what I was.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's when she had fame. That's when she was doing well. She was successful.
She had friends. She was, like, not being exploited as much.
Yeah, exactly. And why it is that she ever left the idol industry is still a mystery.
Well, no, because her managers were like, oh, this is a good step for you. Like, you could become more popular.
Yeah, but you could do both.
You could, but, like...
Like, why did she have to leave being an idol? That's part of what I don't understand.
Probably,
also, the band became more successful after she left,
which is crazy.
So
that just makes her feel worse.
Yeah, exactly. So there's this whole thing, but that also makes me question once again, because again I can't trust anything in here. Was that feeling of wanting to return to that life brought about by her own, like, accumulative jealousy and insecurities, or are they roomies?
Yeah,
projected onto her.
Exactly. So I didn't know this before. We just looked on Wikipedia.
Yeah, and
it said that Rumi used to be an idol.
Yeah.
So that changes a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, whether or not we knew that initially, Rumi is not okay with Mima no longer being an idol and switching over to acting.
Yeah.
She's very vocal about that from the very beginning.
Yeah.
This is why I'm saying, is this Mima's issues or are they Rumi's? That's what I'm still having trouble figuring out, you know?
Yeah, like, because maybe Rumi's just putting her anxieties onto Mima.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I'd like to believe that it's linear and it's actually hers and it's the way that the story represents it, but if the ending was different, I'd probably believe that. But because of the ending that we get, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Because, like, at the end, Rumi reveals that wants to be Mima.
Yeah.
So, like, this whole time was she always, like, subconsciously living through Mima this whole time.
Yeah.
Wanting to be her.
Yeah.
So, like, when Mima goes into the film industry, it just ruins everything, ruins the illusion that Rumi has, which is also interesting because that correlates with Mimania and how he feels about Mima as well. So now we have two characters who like can't accept,
who are trying to be her.
Yeah,
right?
Trying to be her, like trying to make her go back to her past.
Yeah,
instead of letting her grow.
Mimania was actually trying to sort of assimilate the role of Mima to actually.
He couldn't handle her changing.
Yeah,
because his fantasy.
So he decided to become her instead.
Yeah, pretty much. In like Mima's room, terrifying.
Yeah.
Like that was really scary when she was like, "Oh, I had my favorite milk," or I always go left foot first before right, and you're just like, "Holy crap!" Like this.
He pays attention.
Yeah,
man.
And like this is like internet at the beginning, and like it's really cool.
Yeah.
I really like Mania as like a character. Like he's really creepy. Like he's ugly. He's like he's the villain right away.
Yep. Absolutely.
And his obsession is just like, whoa, this is like nuts.
Yeah. And it's cool because it sort of explores two different characters having an obsession with this one main character from different perspectives. Mm-hmm. One that's like sort of disconnected and is just a stalker, does everything like through like behind a veil.
Yeah.
And the other one that's like super close to her, right?
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see those two takes on the same concept.
Mm-hmm. First time I watched it, I was like, what the hell, Rumi? Like, all of a sudden, I was like, holy crap. Like, I never knew.
It was really out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was out of left field. Mm-hmm. But I don't know whether I should take, like, everything that I've seen as strictly metaphor or if it's actually presented as a story. You know, that's the issue that I had with Paranoia Agent as well. Yeah. Is that is everything that happened here legit? Like, did it actually happen?
All that black ooze that came out?
And I'm inclined to believe that, but at the same time, it's just like, this is probably just really, I don't want to say forced, but it's, it seems like it almost has to be metaphor. Like, and nothing else. It can't just be like your typical anime story, right? It can't be like linear progression. It's embodied metaphor. That's how I feel.
Now you got me thinking, what if Mania doesn't even exist, right?
Right.
And he was just...
But he attacked Mima.
Maybe not. Maybe that was Rumi the whole time.
I don't know.
It could have been.
Maybe. And maybe it's the ugly side of Rumi. Yeah. And that's why it's portrayed as...
Yeah, because Rumi probably killed the other two managers.
Definitely.
Exactly. And we're shown Mima because she wants to be Mima.
Right, but Mimania ends up dead, right?
But we don't know that because he like disappears kind of.
Yes, but if you take it in a metaphorical sense, right? And if Mimania is the ugly side of Rumi, if Mimania would have died, right, like metaphorically, that part of Rumi is also dead. Yeah. Yet what happens, the conclusion of the film, is still the ugly side of her. Yeah. So... I don't think so. I think that he's a real character, and it's just meant to show two sides of a coin, and that's it. So
it's confusing.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's fun to discuss, I find.
Yeah.
Also, like when they're filming the movie or the TV series, and you don't know if it's the film reality or if it's the film.
Oh God! When like she's like going, when she's being psychologically analyzed. Yeah. And. That's super confusing because they put a line in the film that uses her real name, and you think that like the film the whole time has actually been like a crime investigation about her. Yeah, and it's just like, Oh, dude, it's so confusing.
For me, it was when the guy was like, "Oh, I heard you were an idol," and then it was like, "Nope, that was the TV series," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
I forgot about that, and I was like, "Oh man."
Yeah, that was a little bit mind fucking for sure.
It's really intelligent, this film, and like how they like work it.
Yeah,
I find it very.
Sometimes
impressive.
I think it's trying to do too much. That's the feel that I got with it. That's the feel that I got with Paranoia Agent as well. It just always felt like you're trying to give me too many messages at once, and you're not like everything feels like metaphor now, because this author does this thing where it like randomly starts straying away from a straight path, where it starts feeling like a dream sequence.
Yeah.
Like with Paranoia Agent, it's those like random like 3 or 4 episodes in the middle where you get none of Marumi and Moromi, sorry, and the main characters at all.
Little Slugger.
And it's just all side characters just dying to Little Slugger, right? And this sort of feels the same, where as soon as you have these the constant like wake ups in her room, that's when it starts feeling like, okay, has anything that I've watched up until now been...
But I like that.
Legit.
Because I feel like that perfectly represents how this character feels.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, the film is getting its message across, but I feel like it's doing too much to get there. That's how I feel. Okay. And that's why I can't give it a 10 in my opinion. It's over the top in a way. And I feel the same way about Paranoia Agent. It's why I can't give Paranoia Agent a better score than I did, is because I feel like it's tryharding. Like
tryharding.
That's the word I'm looking for. It's literally tryharding with metaphor. Like, calm down. People are gonna appreciate your work just as much if you do a little bit less.
I disagree with you 1,000% right now.
Okay.
I feel like the more metaphor, the better. Let me dissect. Let me look. Make me think.
Yeah,
I don't like being given answers.
I like a mix of both. I like questions and answers.
I feel like it was a healthy dose of like.
I think it's too much question.
No, I don't find.
And I feel the same way about Paranoia Agent. That's just how I feel.
Well, because I see the ending as like done.
Yeah, you see the ending as definitive. Because of how I took the rest of the film, I see the ending as another question.
Yeah.
And that bothers me. That's just how I feel about this guy's works.
I see the beginning as like complete. The middle is when things get all like jumbled.
Yeah.
Then I think the ending is like complete as well.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, that's probably the healthy way to look at it.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't do that. And that
sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, that's what's going to end up messing me up with all of these like hyper metaphorical series for sure. Yeah. It's funny, I didn't have a problem with Death Parade and stuff like that. Like,
that wasn't that much.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's some heavy metaphor there, especially near the middle and right at the end as well. So, I don't know. It's just I enjoy these works, but they piss me off to a certain extent. Like, yes, I appreciate what they are, but they're also a little bit annoying while trying to understand, while watching, I would say. After watching, they don't bother me as much. I don't really care. It's like I'll remember certain instances from the series. Like, I think about Paranoia Agent at times. Yeah. Because there are certain things that come back up in my mind.
But I think you're supposed to feel like that.
Yeah, but like in the moment, it's frustrating, I guess.
Yeah, but I like feeling frustrated.
The thing is, I'm trying to pay attention to the movie, and again, it's a me problem. It is a me problem. I'm thinking too much, and I'm trying to like connect all the dots.
Well, before the series is done, you have to wait till it's done, and then you start putting things together.
I can't. It's this bad habit that I have from watching anime.
Yeah.
I'm trying to piece things together at all times. Whenever somebody says something seemingly important, and that's the thing with these films, is that nothing that any of the characters say is like accentuated. It's kind of like you gotta figure out what's important.
Yeah, what's important, what's not. What's a dream, what's not.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's reality, what's fantasy.
You don't have your like.
You don't have like a safety blanket or like something to hold on to.
Like with your
shonen.
Yeah, exactly. With shonen and just like typical anime in general, you'll have like the zoom in on the face with the head turn.
Yeah.
And like the music
the monologue
gets intense, and it's like. big bit of information right here. Like, here you go, audience.
Here's
one-liner. Boom.
Here's exposition.
Yeah, exactly. Exposition, and you get super excited for this one moment. You don't get that with these films.
That's why I like these films.
Yeah, everything's... at times, a regular anime does feel spoon-fed in that sense.
This does not feel like anime.
No, it doesn't.
That's why I like it.
I guess if you want to look at it that way.
It feels a little bit more westernized, a little bit.
Yeah.
But not too much.
It feels I want to compare it to Nolan.
Okay.
It feels like Nolan stuff to me.
Like Batman.
More toward Inception and Memento.
Well, Inception's based off of Paprika, which is the film that Satoshi Kon made, so...
Not surprising
Nolan
at all.
Freaking
Nolan's inspired, probably. Yeah, it makes sense. They feel very similar in that sense, where you have to, like... But you see, I think that Nolan does it better. I think that Nolan does Inception very well, because you're not constantly questioning whether or not we're in a dream or not until the very end. Like, right up at the end where, like, everything's going, like, back and forth between layers. And right at the end when Khan gets to his... It's funny that his name is Khan. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah.
Khan.
When Khan gets back to his house with his kids, and he puts the his totem on the table and spins it, that's when you start asking questions about, is everything that I saw real or not? With Satoshi Kon's works... I feel like that's happening for like 60% of the work, and that's I feel like Nolan does it a little bit better in that sense, where it's not like it almost feels suffocating at times with Kon's, you know.
Paprika does it better, I find.
I'll have to check it out.
Paprika, when it's a dream and when it's not.
Okay, that's fair.
It's much easier to know the difference.
That's good. But not to say that I didn't enjoy Perfect Blue, because I still gave it an 8. Did I? Or did I?
I don't know.
I think I gave it an 8. I think that it's very good. I think that it does what it wants to well. It's not necessarily for me, but it's definitely something that I'd recommend to somebody who enjoys this sort of content. Yeah. Sort of material, for sure. But yeah, that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. There's not characters to talk about.
It's more ideas, I find.
Yeah, that's it.
Or like scenes. And...
I think we did a good job at not summarizing as usual. I think we're getting a lot better at that, where we just hop into discussions and not really care about explaining to our audience what's in the film, because we're watched it. We're assuming that you've seen it. So yeah, these are fun to do, man. We should probably do your name and a silent voice at some point. Maybe give it a little bit of space between now and then, for sure. But gotta
rewatch them.
I rewatched certain scenes from Your Name recently. It's definitely something that I wanna see again. It feels more corny to me now than it did back when I watched it, which I think was in 2017, early 2017.
Late.
Late?
Yeah, it was like November, December.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're right. No, because it.
Yes,
because it came out in 2016 in Japan in the summer. And then.
Why is there another background?
I don't know, wallpapers. Because I used it for the video and I put it in the wallpapers folder, so it comes up in rotation.
Oh my god!
I gotta take it out. I wish you guys could see it right now, but yeah. Anyway, but A Silent Voice is something that I definitely want to rewatch. Like 100%, I need to see that movie again, because that one hit.
Get your Kleenex box.
Yeah, exactly, and especially that we had it on our anime awards.
Was like, number 2, right? I think we both had it at number 2.
I think we both did, yeah, exactly. So we definitely have to talk about it at some point. It's an injustice to not speak about it on the channel when we had it up so high. But yeah, no, Perfect Blue is cool. I enjoyed it, and hope you guys did too. If there's anything we missed, as usual, because we're both idiots, make sure to let us know in the comments down below.
Bakas.
Let us know what you guys took away from the film, specifically, what messages you were able to grasp from it. Maybe things that we didn't see, but and what
just
kind
give
of
your
topics.
Perspective, because this film allows it.
Exactly, yeah, definitely. Let us know what topics you think the film covers that we didn't really mention. We want to read through your comments, check it out. For sure. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy. Tell your friends about this video, though, as well. Make sure to hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of when we put up videos like this, normally every Friday.
No.
Or most Fridays.
Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturdays now? We're switching to Saturdays?
Yeah, I don't have time.
Okay. So, yeah, we're uploading on Saturdays now.
There you go.
But make sure you hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of when we do upload, regardless of what day of the week it is.
You know what? Just leave it. Video every weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure to follow the Twitter, the Instagram. Jake does a really good job of keeping both of those going, especially for his figures mainly. He's constantly uploading photos of figures that he buys. But that's fine. It's all fun. And yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. We hope you did enjoy, and we will catch you on the next episode. Ciao.
Peace.